Welcome back to Environmental Station Alpha. Last time we beat out the boss in the jungle sector, and now we're finally on our way through the temple itself, which is originally a part of the station, but then all access got cut off when the power went off, and so we had to kind of turn on all the power, and now we're here. That being said, it has the side effect of all other robotics reactivating, and we kind of have to deal with that now as well. Although, there isn't as much of that here. A whole bunch of traps, sure, but the real first thing that you'll meet is this creepy crawler. Not quite an arachnoid, but pretty close to one. Especially if you're looking at the design of how it moves and everything. I mean, it has got 6 legs, so technically it's not a spider. Maybe it's a mutation of a spider. But the only people who truly know that is those who are actually on this station to actually tell us, but there isn't. So yeah. You've seen most of the moves at this point. Sometimes it goes upside down to shoot down spawnlings at you. Other times it shoots those green orbs, which are kind of dangerous. And sometimes it just rushes at you until you get past it. After 3 times, it temporarily loses its invincibility. And that's about that for that boss. We did lose quite a bit of health, so thankfully the hole drops us directly on the save point. You can get back up if you use the double jump, the vertical dash, and the hook shot all at once. Those orbs are kind of needed for you to progress in the temple. And you have those floaty ghost things, and plenty of saw blades, because what kind of temple wouldn't have that? Also, the glass dome at this location is kind of odd. It looks like it's had some kind of breach, although gravity doesn't seem to have been affected by it. Or air for that matter. Anyhow, this particular room has a funny lock maze to it. Oh dear, but as it turns out, it's also a red herring. You don't actually need to use this at all whatsoever. You just need to go right over the top of it. Like so. The researchers seem to think that there's some kind of link between some kind of power source and this particular gate. Not sure what they were trying to do, since every place seems to be equally dangerous, but hey. I don't suppose it got this dangerous so soon. Unlike now, which is like probably decades or years later. Although decades is probably more approximate. I mean, then again, who'd think that you'd ignore that signal for years from the station? Anyway, that's 2 down. Each power source corresponds to one of those masks that we saw earlier. And so we need to deactivate 2 more in order to progress beyond that gate. Thankfully, it's easy enough to find them all, so long as you are kind of adventurous in your approach. Otherwise you'll just get lost and you won't know where to go. Anyway, let's head on over to this room, which contains a teleporter, so now we can go wherever we wish. Almost. And over here's another power source, hidden right beyond it. Kind of sneaky, but hey, it's a temple. And this isn't 3D, otherwise we would have noticed that a lot sooner. And this is another Saw Blade segment. Whoever used to live here sure loved their Saw Blades. Like, that's literally all the obstacles in most cases. And I think that's the last one. Haven't been keeping track of the number. So let's just swim all the way back round and back up we go. Each Saw Blade does 3 damage, and it will knock you back, because that's what Saw Blades do. Because I don't think it'd be very pleasing to have each one instantly kill you. Not at all, I don't think. Those plungers aren't very friendly, that's for sure. I mean, I still manage to get myself hit by those things from time to time. Just because my boost was a little too tall. Anyway, we can go back to this gateway, and they're all activated. And kablam, it's open! Not sure why I even used that sound, but we get put into this area, which is, well, as you'd expect, trap-filled, and also has an evil hand lurking around in it. We're not here too long, so that's fine. Oh, that doesn't look dangerous at all. As if we hadn't had enough to deal with the virus already, we have to deal with this ancient creation, which, you know, locks the doors down and tries to kill us. I can't imagine the researchers would have been too happy to encounter that. In any case, now that we've knocked down half the health, it's released a mask of itself, so that's the vulnerable part you want to hit. You do have to manage each of the attacks that spawn from the hands, and occasionally launches lightning at you. Beyond that, it's pretty simple. Just don't get careless with all the things flying about. And handling that should be pretty okay, especially if you've got the amount of health that I've got. It links up with the Volcanic sector, it seems. Okay, you'd think that they'd try to get to the control panel first, but what am I gonna say about what they did? I mean, they're all dead now. And for that, you should probably make sure you collect the heat-resistant suit. Otherwise you might go down and you'll reach the heated area almost immediately. Like now. Save point. And now we can keep on going. With the vertical dash we can get down here and take a look at what this area has. This might have been a good idea, but then again, thinking about it, it's probably gonna consume way too much time for me just trying to get that. So let's just head on down and head on out, because we can always come back here later. Plenty of rocks here. I guess this place was rock disposal? Not a clue. There's a bit of lava here though, that's for sure. Quite a substantial amount. Thankfully we're out of harm's way for the time being now that we're back in sort of familiar territory. We can head on down and head on out, and maybe start making our way towards the AI control room. Just gotta save first, and then take the teleport, because who wouldn't want to use that? So let's just get to it. Now where to go? That's right, we haven't collected the plasma field yet, and since we have the Dash Boost H, we can actually get to it now. And now we constantly have 3 plasma balls constantly swirling around us, and enemies will take damage when they touch it. Which is kind of useful if you've got enemies in the early areas that you just can't be bothered going past. And since we've turned the power on, the gates are now active, meaning that we can't exactly get through there anymore. So we can't exactly take a look around, as we did before, by exploiting the hook shot. Oh well. Anyway, if we go up here to the 2nd floor, we saw that one particular suspicious block, and if we go down, we find this kind of empty area with this sort of maze, but it too is another red herring, because it just enters an entire loop, and you can never quite reach that computer. So we just gotta find our way out, which is tougher than I expected. Come on. There we go. And we make our exit. And we have this terminal here, which gives us a couple of messages. It looks kind of funny, that's for sure. Just a few things, but why not blow it up? And we can leave. And it dropped us out at the lava sector. Now for what we're really here for, if we go up from there. And we can access the temple from the side that's collapsed apparently. Since we have the charge shot, we can go in there, and since we have the propeller, we can move really quickly. And that's that. Just gotta trigger the switch, and it stops us from getting to the disc. But that's not what we're here for at the moment. We're here to ascend. We're here to go up. Of course there's a saw blade here, why wouldn't there be? Thankfully we don't actually need to go past there since we have the Dash Booster V. But we do need to watch out for the rolling boulder of death. Although it doesn't actually instantly kill you, it does do a bit of damage, it will probably knock you off. But our reward is this health tank, which only increases our maximum health by 1. It's almost disappointing, but when you think about how it's located and what actual purpose there is for being here, 1 health seems okay. But only okay. There's not much else here, so let's head on back. And we might be coming to the end of this episode. So we can take a save, and next time we'll try and focus on heading towards the AI control center as the last vlog did. Although whether that was a good idea or not, we'll probably have to find out for ourselves. So since the area by the mainframe has gone back online with the security and everything, I think our best bet is to use the combined save and teleporter by the jungle sector, right next to the boss room. It's pretty effective. So I'll see you all next time. Until then, take care.